G'day everyone and welcome to this lesson for Crazy Equals Genius by Panic at the Disco. Before we get stuck in, I think you should go back and check out a song called Sing 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 from the big band era. Just because as soon as I heard this song, that's what I thought of. I think it's a great idea to go back in history and check out the influences just so you have a better understanding of where everything came from. Anyway, what we need to work on is a nice swinging floor tom groove, a bunch of crazy triplet fills, and a couple of kind of solo breaks really that are pretty easy but lots of fun to play. So let's hop on the kit and I'll start breaking it down. For pretty much the entire song, I want you to try and lock in beat 2 and beat 4 on your left foot. It gives it that really jazzy vibe and it's also just a great ostinato for you to lock down so that you can play lots of other stuff while keeping time with that left foot. Anyway, for starters, we're down on the floor tom and the thing that makes it sound great is the accents, so make sure you bring those out. Anyway, here we go. There are stacks of fills throughout this song and they're mostly based on triplets, but also the toms sound fairly flat to me, so I guess what that means is that I don't really care which toms you hit. If it's easier for you to play on the first tom and I've written the second tom, doesn't matter. Same thing, floor tom instead of the first tom, doesn't matter. It's still going to sound really cool. If you want to grab it exactly the way I've written it, go for it, but I can't even trust my ears to say, yeah, it was definitely this tom or it was definitely that tom. So anyway, that being said, here is another fill that happens in that first section. Right before we hit the pre-chorus, the kick drums follow along really closely with the lyrics, and so you'll definitely be able to pick that out, but it might be another coordination challenge. So just slow it right back until you can get it confidently, and then you'll be able to speed it back up. Now we're into the pre-chorus where you're just like Mike Love, but you want to be Brian Wilson. And we're playing pretty much the same groove, but right at the end we have this stop and then this cool little fill. So let me just play the last two bars before the stop, and then I'll play that little fill as well. And now we're up to our chorus, which is not nearly as tricky as it might sound. We're just going to keep the right hand going on the floor tom and move the left hand between the snare drum and the first tom, and we're going to get the kicks going 4 on the floor and keep those hi-hats going 2 and 4 as well. So all together, basically, the chorus sounds like this. Once again, there are stacks of fills through here, so one example of a good fill to play in the chorus goes like this. And then the fills go even crazier, and they go over 2 whole bars and move right around the kit with crashes on the beat. Sounds like this. So once again, that's not as complicated as it looks. Keep your right hand up on the crash cymbal between the crash and the floor tom, and just move your left hand starting on the first tom around clockwise between the 3 drums. Okay, so that one sounds fantastic. And then another example of that is just playing all snare drums filling in the triplets, but crashes on the beat. We ramp up the chorus just a little bit and add crashes to the front of the groove that we've already been playing. And then I can hear the crash cymbals catch the lyrics burn, burn, burn on that very first time through. And then for the last bit of the chorus, we're just right up on the crash cymbal, playing the snare drum on beat 1, and then a little ghost note as well. So it's kind of like a really big halftime groove. Hopefully be able to pick it out, but this is the last kind of repetition of the chorus just before it goes and breaks down back into just drums. Alright, and then we have a little drum interlude. Once again, you have to lock in that left foot, but other than that, we're just playing some cool kind of syncopated rhythms up on the toms. Fantastic. As always, that is the main chunk of the song. So if you can get that down, then you've pretty much got the entire song under wraps. But the other thing that we need to look at is the bridge, and that has some more syncopated rhythms up on the toms. So we're going to keep that left foot going, and then we're just going to kind of play a drum solo over the top. So that's the first bit, and then we move on playing lots of offbeats up on the first tom. And finally, we're going to bring in some snare drums, so it's a really similar groove to our chorus, and this is going to take us right up to the bit where the tape stretches and everything slows down. And then from there, we are back into our chorus, just the same as we've already played it, and that is the entire song. So hopefully that's been really helpful in helping you play Crazy Equals Genius by Panic at the Disco. It is a fantastic song, and I definitely also recommend going back through history and finding out where that style of music came from and listening to a bit more of that stuff, just to get the groove, get the feel of it, and get your chops up as well. So anyway, happy practicing, guys, and I will catch you very soon at the next lesson.